Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? Sorry for the delay. A lot of people were asking about these predictions, and when you start thinking about this David Benavidez and Yarde fight, what type of bout is it going to be? This pay-per-view, the most interesting fight on here is Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney. Devin the Dream Haney at welterweight fighting, pretty much his hardest fight to date, which is his Brian Norman Jr. And going into a fight like that, which is pretty much his most dangerous match, is I see Anthony Yarde and David Benavidez fight as a pretty much one-sided fight. I'm not going to take a lot of your time because I think you pretty much know the preliminaries. We're watching the preliminaries as they're happening. But if you wanted a live update, Vito Mescalini Jr. should win. Abdullah Mason should win his fight. He's going to have a tough time with Sam Noakes. Sam Noakes is a little bit more crafty than people thought. Sam is a little crafty. He's going to have trouble with Sam. Sam's got this awkward style where he knows how to get in and get his punches in. He's really hard to hit sometimes. So Sam Noakes is an underdog, but not the way you think. He's a live dog, as I would say in that fight. Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, where should you go with your money? Ooh, this is a big question mark. So I'll deal with David Benavidez first. Anthony Yarde is going to have to apply pressure from the opening bell and smother David Benavidez. And if David comes in and doesn't use his jab, he's in trouble. And normally it takes time for David Benavidez to wake up. So if Anthony Yarde can catch him cold, he got a better chance of winning the fight. Now, with that being said, he might not get another opportunity to do so because of the that is a big risk there to say Norman by TKO and Benavidez by KO. That's a heck of a prediction. But here's the thing about David Benavidez. He's not been too big on getting to use his or utilize his skills to this potential. Now, what I believe is going to happen is in that fight, I think he will knock out Yarde. I think he'll do it in probably round 7. I'll say round 7 or 6 or 7 rounds. The body shots on Yarde is going to be the ones to break him down. Once he gets warmed up, the activity level from Yarde will slow. After 4 rounds, Yarde's going to slow down his pace. And the body shots, if Benavidez dedicates to the body, he's going to break him down in round 7 or 8. Yarde's going to start to fold. So I would say round 6, you'll see the turning. And round 6, about 6 or 7 rounds, Yarde should be done. It'll be a stoppage or TKO. Now, as far as Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr., this is what you guys all wanted to know. In this fight, Nate Jones is not in the corner of Devin Haney. He's not in this camp. So he's not going to have Nate the Snake Jones in his camp. It doesn't mean he's going to lose because Nate Jones is there. I just don't know what Devin Haney is going to show up. Devin the Dream Haney is definitely been somebody we've seen since the fight, and this is him now.
good, y'all? It's Devin and Haney. Y'all doing the Nate Jones story on YouTube. Y'all stay tuned for exclusive videos and exclusive giveaways. Y'all doing the Nate Jones story on YouTube right now.
And that was him telling everybody to join the Nate Jones channel and everything. You know, Devin Haney has always been somebody who we looked at essentially as a fighter, like somebody who was on point. Now, you know, we're looking at this as, even though it's a no contest, that was the most hurt he has ever been in a fight. And that kind of eliminates a little bit of your braveness, you know, that you would normally take, because you're like, man, what if I get hit and I feel like that again? You know, so that self-doubt that we wanted him to get out of himself in the last fight he had, he still possessed some of it in that fight. And you cannot fight that way in this fight, where you think moving around the ring and not being active and letting your hands go for a lot of rounds, and you don't have a flat-footed fighter really in front of you. Norman he's a guy that commits to his punches, but he can close distance really fast. The thing about Brian Norman is that Norman trusts his speed and his combination, and he's never been in a fight where his confidence has been taken from him. He's never faced anybody with skill level that Devin has, but he's never fought someone that made him have to really adjust. And he leaves himself open a lot because he trusts that he can take what's coming. Now, Devin at welterweight, we've never seen him really be in there with a full welterweight, and Brian Norman Jr. is a full welterweight. So to see this is going to be a chess match of whose will is going to break the other. So me, I'm betting it a draw. I'm betting on the draw. I'm having this fight end in a draw. I don't see Devin getting TKO'd by Brian Norman Jr. at all. I see Devin using the jab, staying active with the jab, smothering, tying up. So if I had to go with a winner, I would take Brian Norman Jr. for the win. And a tie. It's going to be a close fight. There's so many ways this fight can go. If it goes to the cards, I'm saying either Brian Norman Jr. by split decision or the draw. So if you want my honest opinion, draw. I'm betting the draw. Serious. Okay. Nobody said they wouldn't let him bet the draw. Devin, to be successful, would have to land his right hand over the left. He has a lazy left, and he leaves it there because he's so confident in his power and reflexes. Brian Norman is susceptible to right hands. If you can land those right hands on Brian Norman, it could change the fight. Devin does have power. People think Devin Haney doesn't have power. He has power. I just don't know if it resonates at 147 at welterweight, but he does have power. He can hit. Now, I think that right hand is going to be the key. He's going to have to turn, make Brian Norman have to chase. Let him tire out. You're going to be better conditioned. If you Devin's going to be in, I already know Devin's going to be conditioned to go. I'm playing it safe. I guess I am. I just don't see Brian Norman, who's me, is a power puncher, really beating Devin Haney. I just really don't. But I'm looking at the politics of it and a lot of things, so they might just make it a draw. But to me, Devin Haney beats these guys. He really does. He beats Brian Norman Jr. In my honest opinion, if you want to know my honest opinion, Devin Haney should win the fight. But my question marks with him is those doubts still in his head from being knocked down? So if you can't bet and you want to make a bet and you want to say, I'm going to go against the grain, this is the bet you put in right now. Devin Haney by split decision. That's it. That is it. Devin Haney by split decision. Now, if you want to go with the political thing and say they're going to give it to Norman because it's aggression and this and that, technically, there's no way Brian Norman Jr. is going to beat Devin Haney. I don't see it happen. I'm betting the draw, and then I'm betting Devin Haney by split decision. So I'm making two bets on that. But my ultimate bet is Devin Haney by split decision. That's it. Brian would have to land some big shots. He's going to throw them. He reminds you of Clubber Lang. A lot of people say that. But here's the thing. How is Brian Norman past 6 rounds? I've seen him pass 6 rounds. It doesn't look impressive. And if that doesn't look impressive, then you're going to be in for a long night. So we're going to catch everybody here for the post game, for the post fight, and then we'll see what's what. I should go live during the fight. No, I got a lot of stuff to do today. So yes. So you guys were privy to see something yesterday on the Patreon that was incredible. So if you're on the Patreon and you saw it yesterday, that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? It's just the tip. We got a lot of stuff coming. So let me go ahead and make my other bets. I still got college football going on. I got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to holler at y'all later. Deuces.